Hi guys, welcome to Vintage African Hairstyles, your number one go-to on how-to for all your classic African hairstyles. And I'm your favorite virtual hairdresser. I know it's presumptuous of me to assume by the first episode that I'm your favorite virtual hairdresser, but I just know these things because when I meet people, I just connect with them. And I've met you, even if you're my 10 millionth viewer, I have met you and have connected with you, and I have decided for us that I am your favorite virtual hairdresser because nobody drops the tutorial videos like I do, and nobody assists them with gist like I do. So sit back and enjoy your step-by-step guide on how to do the African hair shuku. I hope it's easy to follow. I tried to break it down as easy as I could. So we start. In this tutorial video, we're going to be looking at the hairstyle popularly known in Nigeria as shuku. If you know what it's called in your country, feel free to drop it here. But here in Nigeria, in the Yoruba region, is generally called shuku. As you can see, it looks like a crown going to the top of the head. All the hair is supposed to go up in a straight line and meet at the middle like that. So we'll first start by spreading out the hair. We have to comb out the hair so that it's easier to part. You take your cotton comb. I use a wooden cotton comb. It's called Ilaru in my country. It's pretty sharp and not sharp enough to stab anybody, please. It's just sharp enough to get you a straight line. So you divide the hair into a straight half, and then you now divide it into a quarter. You look at where you want your shuku to be. We want it right up there, high in the middle, and that's where our meeting points would be. So it will look almost like 4 quadrants when you are done dividing. And make sure your lines are as neat as possible. The beauty of hair is always in the lines. You can go back, re-straighten your lines to make sure that it's all even and equal. As you can see, that's what I'm doing here. You get your four equal part quadrants, and then the center should be where your shuku would be. So you straighten up your line. Once your line is crooked, then your hair would look crooked and it won't look as neat. We're going to do what I like to call our guiding pattern. It's going to help us have the perfect shuku by dividing the hair into 4 quadrants. So you're going to divide your first line from the top. You partition your hair according to how big you want it to be. If you want smaller sizes, you can do smaller sizes, but you're just going to take the first one from the top and divide it to the back. You're going to weave it towards the back. It's going to go up towards the back. So the weaving is going really fast because I'm assuming most of us already know how to do the weaving. This isn't a video for people who just want to learn how to weave hair. I feel like there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube already. But if you insist on one, I could actually do a tutorial video on how to weave hair. But I'm assuming you already know how to weave hair. So you take it down to the tip of the hair, just like that. You open your second quadrant and then divide. So as you can see, what I'm trying to do is get a pattern here that you would eventually follow. So the idea of it is, you can open up the second one so that everything is even. Your quadrants are not stuck in gold. I know because you're so stressed about the lines and whatnot, but they are not stuck in gold. The beauty of the hair is actually the lines of the main weaving. So the quadrants are your assistants, basically. You weave the hair up again. Remember that the shuku is meant to meet up there in the middle. So the weaving is going up now. Look at that weaving. Oh my goodness. You look at me, you think I'm just a fast weaver. Like I can just plait that hair like a robot. Actually, it is in fast forward right now. That's why it looks this way. It's in fast forward. I don't weave that fast, man. But I'm sure there are people that weave this fast. Like when I used to be in Cotonou, the women that used to braid my hair, it were like machines. They just go like. So you do the same for your back quadrants. You part the hair. You take out the portion that you'd like to weave, and make sure your portions are even. If you start off with the thick portion, I believe that you should continue with a thick portion, unless the hairstyle that you are doing calls for like a thin one, a thick one, a thin one, a thick one. That's a whole different story. But if you're doing like a basic weave, just try to even out your portions. You can use your eye to gauge it, as they say it in my country. You just use your eye to gauge the matter. You weave that up. You see the purpose of this not at the end, very soon. you see the reason why you have to do these 4 quadrants. These 4 quadrants would guide your eventual shuku. I don't know how many people have actually attempted to do shuku before. You just realize that at some point your shuku is becoming patewo, and some people's shuku used to end up being all back. Or 2 steps because they didn't get their quadrants right. You think that the portioning of it is quite simple. You see it on here, it's just for the hair to come up in the middle, but there's actually a system to it, and the system to it is to actually think of it like a pizza. So what you're doing is you're cutting thin pizza slices. As you can see, I'm constantly greasing the scalp because I feel like from the scalp the oil will go up and spread through the hair when I comb it, and the scalp is what really needs the nutrients, and it gives the hair this nice sheen. Your partition is supposed to go from fat to very, very skinny. In fact, by the end of your shuku, you should almost have like just a drop of hair. Actually, if you can see, I don't know if you can notice, my partitioning, it goes from fat to very skinny. So by the end of it, what you're actually picking up are just little strands of hair, because this entire fat portion has to share this entire skinny portion right here, and this is your quadrant that you are going to use. So by the time you think of it by like a pizza slice, you understand why it has to get skinny in the middle, and then everything will come up and meet in that part. I'm sure you're looking at how I'm cutting this line. Yeah, it wasn't easy like that. So on average, I spend about 5 to 10 minutes cutting lines, because I spend most of my time cutting the lines because I understand how straight lines are very, very, very important. We've started our journey to the shuku land, and yeah, I'm going to show you how to do every line because it is a tutorial video, so it won't be as if I just did magic and whatnot. Nope, I wove the hair. I actually did weave the hair. I'm going to hit you guys up with some random thoughts I usually have and some random conversations I have with my friends, because like every hairdresser shop, when you go to hairdresser shop, what you get there is nothing but gist. If you want to know what's happening, go to your hairdresser shop, you're gonna get gisted, and this your virtual hairdresser ain't no different. So my friends and I were talking because I'm Nigerian, and so we're talking about when you travel abroad, and one of my friends has this huge hope that when she travels abroad, she's going to be able to eat. Her biggest issue is how she's going to eat, basically. So she used to want to depend on like pizza and fast food and stuff, and then I had to just break her heart and let them know that, auntie, the pizza that you're tasting here in Nigeria, the bread and stew and Maggi that they are giving us is not the same as the pizza in the abroad, because our Maggi and their Maggi, number one, is not the same thing. Our Maggi and their Maggi do not jam. First and foremost, do you realize that we call everything Maggi here? Guys, please don't lie. How many of you know that bouillon cube means Maggi? Let me now tell you about how I found out that bouillon cube and Maggi and one are the same. It's just that one has more bouillon inside. First time I heard bouillon cube, I was so confused. Like, I went to watch one of those tutorial videos, and they're like, put the salt, put the ginger, and then I saw bouillon cube. I said, what's it today? What wait till today? They've brought another one. Which one is bouillon cube again? Where will I find bouillon cube in Nigeria? Tori alone. Only for me to Google a bit, check, and then I realized that bouillon cube is just Maggi, all those things. In fact, I don't even know how to explain how I felt. So me too now, I'm just saying, please pass the bouillon cube. No, I don't say that. I still say pass the Maggi, even if it's not Maggi I'm using, because that's how we roll. Okay, so oh my goodness, we finished the first quadrant. I've entered this have carried me and go with this my tutorial video. So we entered the first quadrant, so you can see why it's good to do the quadrants. It will help you pizza slice your hair very well. Yeah, pizza slice your hair, that's a good one. Before I continue this tutorial video, help me and subscribe now, please. Just hit the subscribe button. It's just right there in the corner. They wrote subscribe on it. Click it. One click, just click it. That's all. Just click it. Have you clicked it? Now the thumbs up it. Click it. Thanks very much. Thank you. So I was trying to explain to her that the closest food that you can actually eat is maybe Chinese, perhaps some Mexican if you are very adventurous. That even their chicken is not the same thing. Our broiler and layer and their own broiler and layer go jail. Well, she was pretty heartbroken though, our Nigerians abroad, our Africans abroad, please come and help me confirm this story. And you can share your food experiences of, like, you know, when you first got abroad and how difficult it was for you to adjust to the food and all the mayonnaise and cheese and butter and all that in every. I see people call me bush, but I don't understand why you eating butter and rice. Why you eating cheese and rice? Well, there are so many things that in my brain it's just like, no, now rice is meant to be eaten with stew, vegetable, with plenty meat. This one, you give me leaf, you give me this thing, put salt on it, no Maggi, you know, say I should eat the rice. It's going to be very difficult for me. Just have carried me and go again. As you can see, we finished our second quadrant. I'm there working hard to make sure that I finish the third quadrant, because at this point I'm sure that I was very tired as I was making this hair. Hairmaking is not as easy as you think, because you're going to be standing for a very long time. I respect every hairdresser out there. You stand for very, very, very long hours. Where was I? What was I gisting about? I was gisting about food. Average preparation time, not prepared, you see, I don't know what to call it. Preparation, average time to finish making the hair will be about 1 hour 30 minutes. That's how much you dedicate it to the hair. And it's mostly the cutting of the lines, ensuring that the lines are smooth. That's what takes it. But that's for someone who is very skilled in like making hair. I don't know what your speed is when it comes to weaving. It might be longer, but it took me about 1 hour 30 minutes to make this hair. Third quadrant over. As you can see, this shuku is shaping up nicely and beautifully, and we are in our final phase, our final leg. Guys, did you think we would get here? I'm sure people were like, oh my god, this tutorial video is so long, how am I going to watch it for this long? But guess what, I've been keeping you entertained. I've been giving you some entertainment right here. You guys, let me tell you how I used to watch films. That's how, when I hear about the film and all the buzz about the film, I'll now go online and go and Google the film. I'll go and check the movie spoilers. Everybody's like, oh my god, why are you doing that? You already know what's going to happen in the movie. Something. I say my time is too precious. It's too precious for me to waste movies are long right now. 2 hours, 3 hours to dedicate to a film. I'll now go and watch the 2 hours, 3 hours film that everybody has been shouting about. I'll now not like it. Hey, please, give me my movie spoilers, I beg. If you don't tell me what's happening inside the film, I'm not going to watch that film. I will watch as many spoilers as I can. I will read as many spoilers as I can. And then I will now go and watch the film and just be like, oh my god, it was worth it. And look at that. We have finished our shuku. Just like that. Oh, what a shuku. What a crown. What a glory. What a beauty. Wow. Just look at the details. Can you see the lines? How they come up like a perfect skinny pizza slice. When I was younger, I used to really love shuku. I used to feel like, oh my god, it brings out the beauty of my hair. It brings out the shape of my head. It's not like the shape of my head is that great, but it just used to feel like a queen when I'm on shuku. Because, you know, back then, I don't know how, but the way my hair was longer in the middle than the back. So I just felt like the true length of my hair comes out with shuku. And then you like put like little beads on it or like accessorize it. And then, you know, as you're walking, is doing shikara. You're just like, oh, I'm such a pretty princess right now. Just check out my crown. That's how I used to feel with shuku. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end of the video. Thank you for not scrubbing through the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Please like the video. Share the video to all your friends who want to know how to make hair but don't know how to properly like these hairstyles. Just share the tutorial video. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Until the next episode, stay styling.